up, it's Mansi. Welcome to my channel. Today it's going to be a study with me video. I know what you're thinking. I have not been very regular when it comes to making study with me sessions. I think the last video that I did was about 2-3 months ago. I think the reason that I've not recorded a study with me session is because I would have to take my camera along all the while that I'm studying, and I think that needs a different sort of dedication, and I don't really have that on a daily basis. Fortunately for you, today I am dedicated to record a video and to show you guys how I study. I don't study in the usual conventional way. You can find me anywhere in the house when I'm studying. Let's just say that this is going to be a different sort of study with me session. So I'm just gonna show you basically how I roam about the house. Also, I should mention the topics that I'm going to cover. So I'm going to cover GIT today, GIT in surgery, that is. So I'm going to mainly focus on stomach and appendix. I don't like studying about esophagus. I don't know what it's about esophagus. I don't know, I don't consider esophagus to be a very interesting organ. I know it's a very weird thing to say, but I'm just telling you that in case you're wondering why am I studying stomach and appendix together rather than, just going about in the hierarchy of normal, conventional way. So yeah, I'm going to cover stomach and appendix, and let's get started. So I'm first going to start with the surgical anatomy of stomach, a brief, sort of an introduction on anatomy of stomach so that it becomes easier for me to revise the rest of the stuff. And then I'm going to move on to the conditions, starting with congenital hypertrophic pyloric stenosis, followed by volvulus, then peptic ulcer disease, and then carcinoma stomach, and if I'm forgetting anything, all upper GI hemorrhage and all of those things. So I'm going to start. Okay, just thinking about all these things is making me feel very overwhelmed, so I should probably begin and stop talking to the camera. Okay, so I'm just gonna begin. Now that I think about it, it's very easily possible that you guys might judge me on my studying style because it's not very usual. I recently covered urology in surgery. So these are the mnemonics that I wrote down in urology. It has to be written down somewhere because it helps me remember. So I've written down some mnemonics related to surgery. Yes, I know it sounds weird to do questions before revising the topic, but it gives me an idea about how much I lack and where all I need to focus while revising the topic. Next, I write things down, the important ones that I find from the questions that I need to remember. Usually I write them down in my notes or on a random page, and then I just usually staple it to the notes or to the notebook so that I can use them the next time while I revise the topic. Once I have covered the surgical anatomy and the questions, I move on to actually start revising my notes, and that happens mostly in my usually unusual positions and postures. In my defense though, I did warn you guys about this. Time for a break. I'm tired. I need something. I should eat something. Okay. Very sadly, break time is over. I have to get back to my studying now. But if I give 20 more minutes to this thing, it's going to be a downhill road from there, because I do want to watch another episode of the series, to be honest. But okay. This is a sign from the universe that I should get back to my studying and actually move out of the house, get some fresh air and everything. And I'm still recording. Oh my god. I'm recording in the dark. Okay, so I'm going to get back to my studying after this very crazy sign from the universe. And yeah. Okay, so I have opened the door to the backyard and now I'm going to study outside for a while. Good lighting. I am very prompted to take a selfie, but no, I am going to put my phone down and get back to studying. I actually like studying outside. It's a very refreshing experience, so I would recommend it for anyone who's looking to, change their place of studying and, just mixing it up a little. Oh, lights back. Look at that. Okay, that was a very brief moment, but I think it was a legit sign from the universe telling me to just put my phone down and get back to studying, which is, again, I'm not doing it. I should do that. I should do that. I'm going to do that. But I was just saying that you should try going outside. So I have completed stomach and now I'm going to do some pre-revision questions on appendix. The same way I did with stomach, I'm going to do some questions and then I'm going to write the things down in my notes and then I'm going to start revising appendix and make sure that the things that I miss out on while doing questions, I do write them down and then I revise them the next time so that it's more concrete in my memory the next time that I revise appendix. Appendix is not a big topic to cover, so it doesn't take me a long time to cover it. I actually end up finishing it sooner than expected. So I take a 15-minute break to wind down and then I get to the next small topic I can manage to cover today. I deliberately don't pick a lengthy topic at the end of the day since I know I won't be able to cover it on time and then it would make me feel guilty about not covering it. So I pick a small topic like peritoneum and abdominal TB and I get to revising these two small topics. When I know that I've covered these many topics, I know that I've covered them all and I've not left anything for tomorrow that is pending from today. So I think this is an easier way. Whenever you plan your study routine, do make sure that you're picking up topics on the basis of when you know your output and your productivity is maximum.